Hello, welcome back. Tactical Tuesday with Johnny Tiger and Kitten. She is actually in full uniform while I am rocking this Russian fighter look, shorts and a uniform top. Why am I doing this? Because it's comfortable. I'm too lazy to struggle into uniform pants. Maybe I've just been eating too much. They don't seem to fit very good. Anyway, September 7, 2021. Now today, we are going to do an episode that is probably a little bit more geared towards our female audience. Do we even have any female audience? I don't know. You don't count. You're not a female. um, we're going to talk a little bit about the subject that come up a lot in a lot of self-defense classes. They focus on rape prevention, which is very important, of course, uh, super important. But sometimes they skip over the small stuff. Like what if it's not a rape? What if someone just come up and grab your butt? What if someone come up and just uh, this actually happened locally here in one of the universities. We had a groper that would randomly come up behind a female student and give her a big bear hug and then grope her and then run away. Right? How do you deal with something like that? Because by the time you notice, you react to it, because there's always going to be a moment of shock. Your mind is going to go blank. Don't ask me how I know. It's not like I get growth all that much. Uh, but there's going to be a moment where your mind go blank. Whoa, what's going on? And then you go, ah! At least that's what she would do. And that's when the person run away. And then what are you going to do? You can't chase them down. By the way, you cannot chase them down and beat the heck out of them because that turns into an assault situation. It's no longer self-defense. The person's running away. If the person's running away, you chase them down, beat them up. It might be satisfying, but if while you're beating them up, they fall down and hit their head on a park bench and they die or they become paralyzed, good luck trying to get out of that one. It's going to be really bad. Okay, you might end up having to pay a lot of money for things like that. So the trick is to deal with it while it's happening. To deal with it while it's happening, which means you don't want the guy to get spooked and run away really fast. Well, I mean, if getting groped doesn't bother you that much, then by all means, let them run away. Because I don't want to say and no one get hurt because it is offensive, but they don't get hurt, you don't get hurt because you don't know. You get into a fight with a guy, you might lose, right? So if the thought of being groped is not so awful, then let them get away. Right? Just count it towards a bad experience and let them get away with it. I'm not promoting sexual assault, but I'm just saying, you getting into a grappling punching match with a guy may result in something a lot worse. Uh, One example I can give you just off the top of my head is, okay, the guy grope you, you turn around, and let's say you get a hold of his shirt, and you're struggling with him, and he is, at this point, the guy is panicking, right? The guy is going to panic. At this point, the guy panic, pull out a knife, and just let you have it right in the stomach. it's not worth it. Right? If you just let him go, then the worst that happened is uh, you got your pride and your dignity injured. But by confronting the aggressor, making it, escalating it into a confrontation, you may make it into a life and death struggle. Right? So before you use what you learned today, I want you guys to keep this in mind. Right? It's an option, but it shouldn't be the first option. Right? Now, with all that said, just so you guys can come back to me later and say I never talked about this and stuff. What if, okay, this guy's done this to you like 10 times. Every time you walk by, this guy's going to do this to you. What do you do? Well, yeah, I mean, you can go elsewhere, choose to walk somewhere else. Um, but if you want to get back at the guy, if you want to stop this guy from doing this to you or other people, then I got some easy, cool technique today for you guys. And it doesn't matter how big the guy is. I know, we hear about that in self-defense all the time. But in this case, it's actually true, right? It doesn't matter how big the guy is. It doesn't matter how well trained the guy is. Well, I mean, if the guy turns out to be special forces, then you might have a little bit more issue. But for the most part, it doesn't matter if he knows taekwondo, aikido, judo, kickboxing, or boxing. If you can get this technique locked in, it's going to be a whole world of pain for this guy. And you can hold him there until people call the police. And it will still be self-defense. Okay? So, number one, thing number one to keep in mind is you want to keep this covert. Right? So, if as soon as she feel that someone is groping her, she make a big commotion. She's like, ah! The person run away. Yeah? If she suddenly turn around and like, hey, what the fuck? Sorry, bleep that out. Uh, that person run away, right? So after you go get through the initial shock of feeling unwanted attention, stay calm, try not to spook the guy, and go reach for the hand, right? Nice and easy, just put your hand over their hand. Like almost tricks them into thinking you might be not sure of what's going on. You might be enjoying what's going on. I don't care what the reason is. Just put your hand over their hand nicely. The reason is we're looking for the finger. We're looking for the finger. Once you get the finger, it's cool. They are yours. Okay, you're going to have them. Once you have the finger, then you get aggressive. It's okay, you know. But you don't want to spook them. So you don't want to suddenly like smack them when then they are just going to run away. So look for the hand, keep the hand nice and close. Once you get a hold of the hand, let's look at a few. This is what we call finger control technique. Finger control technique. Number one, if you can get the thumb, I hope you guys can see it. We actually got a user, uh, Hearts Love, I believe your name is, suggesting that we bring the camera closer. So I really appreciate that. I hope this is better. I hope you guys, yeah, because being blind, we don't really know what it looks like on the screen. So you comment like that, that will help us improve. So if you guys can't see it, if it's too close, it's too far, let us know. Okay? So when you fish for the thumb, what is the wrong way to do it would be this, a whole fist grab on the thumb, like that. That would be the wrong way to do it. Okay? Why? Because I have too much mobility. Trying to hold on tight. Hard. It's really hard because I have a lot of leverage. It's just my thumb, and it's really hard to just hold on to a thumb, right? So rather than getting a whole fist grab on the thumb, you guys need to wrap your middle finger, forefinger, and thumb around the top of the thumb, and then this ring finger and this little finger hook it over the back of the thumb. So you can actually apply pressure back towards the back of the hand. Well, as long as you keep this pressure on and keep the weight of your hand down, so drop the weight on your hand. Well, yeah. You guys can see what happened immediately. Right, do that again. I immediately go to my knee, right? Hurts. It doesn't matter what kind of Krav Maga I know, right? As soon as this locks in, okay, now keep it nice and tight. As soon as I try to struggle, put the pressure on, right? Put the pressure on. Yeah, down I go, right? As soon as that, once you lock this in, it's almost impossible. The person may start punching you, but watch this. As soon as I start smacking you, put the pressure on. Okay, nice and tight. Okay, okay, good, good, good. I think I heard my son breaking.
Well, what I noticed, and I'm not sure if people could tell, but where you placed my thumb is right there on the first joint.
Yep,
So that's another reason why I'm thinking that it may be a weak point because our joints are very not very much support.
exactly. Especially when three of her fingers against one of my joints. Right? It doesn't matter how much bigger my hand is, even though my hand is like huge compared to hers, with a tiny squirrel paw.
No.
Right? So you might end up getting hit a few times, but if you lock this in, crank it back, and go down, the person's going down. He's not going to argue with you. Eh? So that is the first one, some control. So let's put that to actual use. You can face the camera. I come up, groping, groping, groping. Okay, okay, I'm sorry. Uh, and she doesn't even have to turn around. She just go for the hand, find the thumb, and immediately, okay, as soon as she does that, the person is going to be trying to pull back. But it's too late. Once I pull back, she just go crank it down, and that's it. Right? It doesn't matter if the hand is here or the hand is here. As long as you fish for that hand, remember to always touch the hand, hold it towards you, just so the person is not spooked. Right? One thing, quickly, let me explain this. This is fight psychology. Right? Let's say if you put your hand on me, let's say you're the groper. If I go like this, doesn't that make you want to pull back right
Pull
away?
back. Yes.
Yeah. But what if I go like this? Doesn't trigger anything, right?
No, it makes me feel welcomed.
Yeah. So that's what we're looking for. Okay. You don't want to be jerky about it. You don't want to shock the person into pulling away. You don't want to trigger that. You want to be nice and soft. Once you got the hand, go for the thumb. Now, it's once you secure the thumb, then put on the pressure. And down the person go. Okay? Now, well, look at another finger control. This time, this is very useful for someone putting their hand on you from the front, or if someone's shoving you with their hand. Okay? Again, I you want to look for the hand. So let's say the person got their hand here. Look for it. Once you got it, get your fist around one set of fingers and the other fist around the other set of fingers. Right? Now turn around to show the camera. She got two fists. One fist on my pinky and ring finger, one fist on my index, middle finger. Don't worry about the thumb. Okay? Now at this point, the guy is going to be struggling. So once this guy starts to struggle, nice and slow, I don't break my finger,
Mm.
pull this down toward your hip. Doesn't matter which hip, just pick one. Yeah. Again, the mere motion of her pulling this down cranks my finger back towards the back of my hand. That will force me down to my knee. Okay? Again, as soon as
Oh,
I start hitting you, pull pull back down to one hip, nice and slow, but good pressure. You ready?
yes.
I'm going to resist. Ow! Good.
Is that why you have me gripping close to the palm?
Yep.
Close to the palm.
Close to the palm, because then all the leverage is there. As long as I can't make a fist, I can't have any leverage. If I manage to make a fist, then this is over. I just start hitting, right?
Right.
But if I can't make a fist, then my hand will be weaker than both of your hands. Uh, both hands and fingers, hands will win every single time. Right?
It's like bunny ears.
Bunny ears, very good, yeah, bunny ears. Now, sometimes you won't be able to get all the fingers. Sometimes you might be able to like just get a pinky here and then a ring finger there. That's fine, right? In this case, before you pull it to your hip, spread them open. Yeah, and then now pull it to your hip. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That crap hurts. Okay, when you guys do it with your partner, practice this at home. Nice and easy. Not everyone's flexible. Okay, so it should never be like that. Don't snap your partner's finger. It should always be yeah.
uh,
That,
that's enough of a stretch.
yeah.
Oh,
Okay. So the thumb and the bunny ear. That's two options. Show you guys a third one. This time we're going to fish for the pinky finger. Okay.
excuse me.
Again, the person come up behind you, groping, groping. This time, look for the hand and slide down to until you trap the pinky finger at the top of your fist. Okay. Now, once you secure that, and the person starts struggling, because it's a pinky finger, it's going to be a little bit more wiggly. Rather than pushing or pulling, I want you to start. Uh, Actually, when you let me show you guys the hand position. Rather than a whole fist like that, try to hold it on an angle. Yeah, so give the tip of the pinky a little bit of room so it will get caught between your fingers like that. Okay? So once you lock that in nice and tight,
Yeah.
the person starts to try to pull away, start twisting. Okay, 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 okay. Okay? There, there's, there's no secret science about it. Human fingers, okay? Human finger go this way, go this way. It doesn't twist that way. Right? So when you trap the little finger, right? Again, let me show you guys. I'm not going to hurt her finger, but I'm not going to grab it like this with the whole fist because then it's hard to twist. But if I let the tip of the finger through a little bit, so I'm actually clamping the tip of the little finger between my middle finger and ring finger like this. Uh, Tuck these in so they can actually see like this. Then when I go twist, it's a it's just not going to slip. It's caught in here, and I can actually, you know, if I wanted to, I can probably rip that finger off.
He's right on the joint, like as far as the joint goes.
Yeah. When when we fish with the fingers, whether it be the thumb, it's always my finger against the joint, the bunny ear, my hand, the heel of my hand against the joint, fishing for that little finger, my my finger against the pinky finger's joint. My thumb is actually right here on the back of the knuckle joint, and my middle finger and ring finger is right here on the first joint. So when I twist this, it just there's just no way for this finger to go anywhere. Right? The beauty of finger control is most people, no matter how big they are, no matter if they go to the gym every day, fingers only so strong. Our finger bone is really small. When you have that going up against someone who is pissed off because you just broke them, who's using their whole body weight and hand, you have no chance. It doesn't matter how big you are. Okay? So remember, for guys, okay, I want to throw this in because some guys probably falling asleep and oh, I don't need to know this stuff. No one ever groped me. Believe me, you ever get into a grappling situation on the street, doesn't matter if the person doing jiu-jitsu, judo, whatever. Right? The moment I do this all the time in self-defense. The moment that person tries to jiu-jitsu your butt, you go for the finger, it's all over. Right? They don't teach this stuff in jiu-jitsu. They don't teach this stuff in judo. They teach this sometime in aikido, but they don't usually practice this. Why? Because you don't want your student to start coming out down with arthritis later in life. When you start twisting, bending each other's fingers all the time, that's what's going to happen. But it's a very useful skill to know. Attack the finger, control the finger. Once you control the thumb, once you control the pinky, once you control the bunny ear, you can hold that person there until the police show up. Whenever they look like they're getting too lively, just put more pressure on. Uh, Beautiful way to make a grown man cry.
Oh.
And now I just know she's going to use that on me next time we wrestle. That's okay. Next time I'm going to keep boxing gloves on so she can't get any finger. Thank you for checking out today's Tactical Tuesday.
Thank you.
We'll be back again tomorrow for Wisdom Wednesday. For now, be careful with your fingers and have a good night. You know, one of these days we should just like walk straight into the camera and knock it over. That would be kind of dramatic way to end the video. Oops, they heard that.